Okay, good morning all. Today is the first day of Scientific Communication class lecture. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hari Mahardika. I'm one of the lecturer that is assigned to teach Scientific Communication class in this semester. This is my fourth assignment for the class. So I hope that everybody who are enrolled in this class will get beneficial knowledge regarding how we prepare and present our scientific thought in terms of presentation and also oral, in terms of oral communication and also written communication. As you see from our first few minutes, this lecture is obviously will be presented or will be delivered in English so that students will have some kind of experience on how to talk and how to present, how to write scientific topics in English language. Why do the physics study program require you to present in English? Because we usually have international meetings, right? And then in order for you to prepare for the challenges coming up from after you graduating, probably you will enroll, or probably you will apply to jobs with basically a foreign company, okay? Foreign company or a national company that requires you to speak in English, or probably you're going to be a scientist who have to present your research in scientific meetings. So therefore, the necessity of experience, at least you have some kind of experience during your study, the experience to present scientific matters in English. And then English is basically the most common language used in international meetings. Even if you have an international meeting or scientific meetings in France or Germany or Japan, China, etc., they will require you to present in English. So therefore, this class is basically prepares you and also to teach you how to make, or how to create, not to make, but to how to create, how to prepare, and how to present your talk in a good manner. Okay, in a good manner. It's not a good choice word. In a proper manner. That's the word. Okay, in a proper manner. So so for those of you who expect that this class will be given in Indonesian, I'm sorry, because even in my days when I was students back in 2004, I guess, the class is already delivered in English. And at those times, we have a partner, we have also a co-lecturer that is coming out from the language center of ITB. So in the past, scientific communication class is a special class where the class is basically not controlled, teach by two lecturers from two different departments. Okay, so the lecturer that is coming from the physics department is basically will guide you to how you present the scientific aspect of your talk. On the other hand, the lecturer who is coming up from the language center will guide you to make proper English text, or how you make a proper talk based on the guidelines in terms of the language itself. So in the past, we have that luxury to have a lecturer who will guide you in terms of the English language, and the other one will guide you through the aspect of the scientific matter on your talk. So scientific communication in the past was to guide students to have a proper English language knowledge, and also proper understanding on the scientific matter that they present. However, in the past years, I guess in nearly a decade or so, scientific communication class is only delivered by one teacher from the physics department, unfortunately. So therefore, since I am not the master of the English language, obviously, I will not, or I probably would not, or I'm probably not the best in terms of correcting you in terms of grammar, etc. Okay, well, even though I know one or two bits about grammar, but since I'm not an English major, obviously, the requirements of having perfect knowledge on grammar is not a necessity, or is not a compulsory in this class. In this class, what you need to do is that your ability is is to build your confidence to talk about scientific matters, even though you have pretty low skills in communicating in English. So therefore, we have this class in order for you to practice, and practice. And then what is important is that you can deliver the message of your scientific talk into the audience, okay? Whether it's in oral presentation or in written paper, okay? So those are the focus. But not only paper, but also another medium such as poster presentation, which is fairly common, okay? Which is very common in a scientific meeting. So in this class, what you're going to learn is how you present in front of the audience. For example, when you have a international scientific meeting for 15 minutes or so. So that is the main goal. And in order to get to that point, you need to practice for 3 minutes, 10 minutes, etc., and so on. And then you're going to learn how to make a short paper, roughly 5 to 7 pages, that is related to your scientific topic that you choose for this class. And also, you're going to learn how to make a poster presentation. So 3 goals. One is to have experience in terms of oral communication. Okay, so a talk, giving a scientific talk, and then writing a scientific paper, or short scientific paper to be exact. And then the last one is for you to collaborate with your friends, collaborate with your colleague here in the class to create a paper presentation. Well, obviously, the topic that you choose for your presentation and your paper, it could be taken from, so for those of you who already have their final project topic, it will be advantages, okay, so that you could have your, not all part of your, well, in this class, I'm not asking you to present all the things that is related to, well, I'm not asking you to present all of your work in your final project in this class, but I just want you to have some kind of a little bit insight or a little bit description, okay, that is related to your final project, for example. So for those of you who already have that final project topic, it will be advantageous for you to have your scientific topic related to your final project. If not, you can choose other topics. For example, how physics is used in economy, for example, or how physics is used in terms of biology, or how we, or what is the physics of, for example, EKG machine, etc., and so on. So as long as the topic is related to physics or to science, okay, we welcome you to present that topic. If you don't have a specific topic coming out from your final project, okay. So for those of you who haven't got final project yet, so I will give you some kind of a freedom to look for a scientific topic that interests you, so that and then it is encourageable, because we are in the physics department, right? So it is encourageable for you to choose scientific topic that is related to physics, but any other topic that is based on science, we will welcome that topic as well. So for example, if you are for example, if you're going to talk about the statistic of mountain climbers' death, for example, or the physics of badminton, or the physics of football, or precision farming, etc., and so on. So any topic that is related to science and technology, we will welcome you to present also in the class. Okay, so as long as you could explain it, describe it, and prepare it in a proper manner, then the goal of your study in this class will be achieved. Okay. Okay. So at this moment, do you have any questions from the students? Okay. Hello. I know this is a morning class, so but please please communicate more actively if you can. Is there any question from the students at the moment?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, not yet. Is everything understandable at this point? Okay, so the lecture material for this class is actually you can find it easily actually in YouTube or in many platforms that offer the class of scientific communication, or even a common communication class that you can find easily. You could take that study material for your own benefits, so that the learning materials that you have from another resource make that a complementary learning material for this class, because the the objective of this class is basically for you to able to present and write scientific topics, right? But and obviously, since this is a 3-credit lecture, knowledge or teaching about grammar and etc. and so on will not given in this class, okay? Because it is another lecture, so or another courses. So for those of you who needs to improve their ability communicating in English, I encourage you to take lessons, for example, an online lessons or a independent lessons in terms of improving your English communication. So because please because the lecture itself will be given in English. So your ability to communicate in English is the thing that you need to not to master. I'm going to use another words. Is another thing that you need to do, okay, or the thing that you must do in this class. Even though the knowledge that you have from this class, even though it's given in English, it should be beneficial for you in terms of giving presentation later on for your defense. Okay, so the continuity of this class is not only stops here after you graduating from this class, but the knowledge that you have from this class will be beneficial for you, obviously, for your defense. Okay, for your defense, because in this class you will be taught, or you will be told by me or by the video materials that will be presented in this course. So in terms of preparing for slide presentation, for example, you need to know what is the correct size of letters, or what is the appropriate letters for scientific meeting, and what are the difference between scientific talk with any other talk, for example. So please keep in mind that the knowledge that you have in this class is not for the sake of this class only, but also for your defense preparations, in terms of preparing your PPT, in terms of preparing your time duration of your talk, and preparing for you 2 questions that are not real, that are out of the box, or that are not related directly to your project, but it is somehow is a projections of the things that you're working on. Okay, so okay, so I've already told you that our class is only a 3-credit class. So but our lecture time, I guess it is spent from 7 to 9, and also in, I guess, in Thursday we have this is what I don't know how people in the academics department arrange our schedule, but our schedule for today is a morning class, but in Thursday we have a midday class from 11 to 1 p.m. So, oh my goodness, because the environment will be different. Okay, the environment, and then the background, not the background, the environment, and also the mood obviously will be different if you have morning class, and also in the midday class, the mood is going to be different, especially for those of you who haven't, because obviously for those of you who have a regular time for your lunch, okay, for your midday lunch, midday class will not be so pleasant. Okay, and then obviously for those who have their regular breakfast in around 7 a.m., taking the morning class will be a tough moment for you. So Please make sure that you can stay focused on this class, even though we have morning class and midday class, because usually in the past, scientific communication is open or is delivered in 9 to 11 a.m. class. So it is an ideal settings for scientific communication class. But in this semester, our schedule will be done in the morning, but in Tuesday, but in Thursday we have midday period. Okay, so please bear. Please keep on track on the activities that we're going to have in this semester. Okay, let me share. Okay, so obviously we have two channels to. So obviously we have a MS Teams to communicate. So let me just share the screen. Okay, the screen is going to the WhatsApp group. Okay, for communicating, for those of you who have questions, or for those of you who want to discuss about things related to the lecture, we could communicate in MS Teams. Okay, we could, because I hope everybody could access MS Teams, because I guess your name is already input to this class. So for those of you who have questions or immediate response or immediate about certain things on the class, please use MS Teams in order for us to communicate between lecturer and students. Or even if we are going to have some kind of a group discussion, we could also use this one. But for classes and also for your presentation, your actual presentation, since in my experience, using Zoom is simpler than using MS Teams, because using MS Teams sometimes you need to have a very strong connections or a strong network, because we're going to have a continuous presentation later on. So it is preferable for us to use Zoom instead of MS Teams meeting. However, we're going to use MS Teams for our starting point, if you can, if that's the correct word, a starting point or a medium for us to communicate daily. Okay, so if you have questions, for example, in Monday, in Wednesday, or in Thursday, etc., and so on, you could ask your question or give your opinion in the MS Teams. Okay, the other media that we use in this semester. Okay, don't forget to sign up your attendance regularly. Okay, currently we have 22 students from 23 that are registered to this class. So I hope that the last person could register on time. Okay, so this is the place where you need to sentence, obviously. And then the other part is EduNext. EduNext is a new learning management system that is created by the Direktorat Pengembangan Pendidikan. So how you translate in English? Education Development Directorate. Education Development Directorate of ITB that promotes us to use our local product in terms of learning management system, because in the past, well, actually not in the what I mean is that in the last 3 semester, I guess, I usually use Moodle. I use Moodle to give some kind of direction, and also to give and also to not to dump, but to store, okay, that's the correct word, to store all class material that we need in this semester. So from the lecture notes, and then from the videos that you need to look up, all of those things are present in the LMS. So why not MS Teams? Because MS Teams is actually not a good management system in terms of even though MS Teams have these files that you can store your class material, but the arrangement is just like Windows Explorer. So it's basically so even though I could manage it just like a ordered like an ordered modules, okay. However, the development of MS Teams is not designed for that. Okay, it's not designed to become a LMS, because MS Teams is basically tools that you could have meetings, tools where you could have discussion, etc., and so on. However, as I told you earlier, that MS Teams have their disadvantages, which is you need to have a steady and strong connection or network. So in our class, we're going to use Zoom instead, but we're still going to use MS Teams as a way for communicating not outside of our schedule. Okay, back to EduNext. Okay, here in EduNext, this is the student view mode. We have class introduction, which is telling you about the short introduction of the class, and then it's given here the schedule in this semester, and also the reference book that is written in the SIX syllabus. However, okay, even though we have these references listed here, it doesn't mean that you could not read or study from another book, okay, because the communication book or scientific communication book or physics communication, etc., and so on are plenty. Okay, if you look up at the Google Books, for example, there are many titles that will guide you on how you prepare presentation and also paper. Okay, so here, the books that is written here is basically the thing that is presented in the syllabus from SIX syllabus. Okay, let me change. Okay, so if you go to curriculum and then you choose for the faculty and then study program, and then choose the year of the curriculum. So currently we are in the 2019 curriculum. So if you go to the scientific communication description, you will have the same exact references. Okay, so this is the references that the previous teachers, okay, it's not me. So the previous teacher who designed this class is giving these references in order for students to learn from this books as their basic knowledge. Okay, but it doesn't. But it's basically. But students can also learn from another books or another materials that are appropriate for them. Okay, because if you have, so for example, project management for research is a very rare book. Even myself could not find this book that are readily available in the web. Okay, so for those, so I guess for those of you who are lucky to found this book, you are encouraged to learn or to read from them so that you can grasp more information or many relevant information from the book. And then, but for those of you who could not find the books that is listed here, you could also use another book that is more or less similar to this one. Okay, so we have references that is related to the project management for research. So it tells you how you manage your research, basically how you make what is the appropriate, what is the sequence. Okay, so what is the timeline or sequence of your literature review, doing experiments, and then make a report, and then write a paper, and then present a paper. So how you manage that cycle of scientific work. And then the second one is against plagiarism. It is the thing that we must avoid as possible, because well, copyright and also the acknowledged to intellectual property becomes important nowadays, because if you took to another level, for example, your paper and also products that you create by yourself could raise money. It could attract income if you're able to sell it, or if you're able to make some kind of a prototype or things from your scientific findings. So plagiarisms or plagiarism become important, because plagiarism is considered as stealing. Okay, considered as stealing of someone's thought or someone's idea from that particular manuscript into yourself. Okay, so it is the thing that you must avoid as possible, because what is highly regarded nowadays in the scientific community is your original thought. Okay, is your original thought, your original study, your original finding is more appreciable nowadays than transfer of knowledge. So, well, in the past, okay, well, I know that many innovation is basically is coming out or inspired from the innovation that is coming out previously, but if you have proper journal writing, a proper report, and then you have documentation, etc., and so on, and you indeed obviously create original product in terms of paper or in terms of product, then you can claim that your product or your thought is original, and then as the owner, you could have right to protect it, and then you make sure that your ideas and your product will not be taken by another people. So that is why plagiarism becomes the thing that we need to learn nowadays. Well, in the past, I guess when I was students, there were no particular lecture about this. Okay, there were no particular lecture about this because probably in the past, probably I guess in 20 years in the past, copying product, okay, or copying some kind of a scientific paper that is used the self data is still not understandable, but it is still acceptable at those times. But nowadays, since everything is connected via internet, okay, you could search everything on the website. So keeping track of your record of your original thought and product becomes well, people can easily find that record, that record basically. So so keeping sure that your original ideas and also your original product need to be protected, and to keep that from someone stealing your ideas and product. Okay, so that is why we have this against plagiarism as our references. And then conducting research literature review. This is important because your paper, okay, because your scientific paper have introduction or have basic theory, okay, have introduction and also basic theory. So you need to have a firm introduction and basic theory in order to describe the mechanism of your experiment, the mechanism of your scientific thought in a proper manner. Okay, so for example, when you write your final project report, you need to know what is the reason why you conduct that research. Basically, so literature research is basically part of your big research. So your big research is it could be computational or experimental or theoretical or analytical, etc., and so on. But you need to find some kind of reasons on why you conduct that research, or why you're interested in that topic, or why this is beneficial to people, or how this product or how this study could benefit people in terms of solving their problem, for example. So you need to have a proper literature review. So this book is basically will guide you to make a efficient and effective literature review that is going to be part of your paper. And even so in your presentation, because the introductory part of your presentation will also include reasons or aims of your research. Okay, and then another references is coming from CATS, from Research to Manuscript. It basically tells you about the technicality on how you make a manuscript, how you use punctuation, how you use period sign, how you use comma, how you arrange your paragraph, how to make a connection between one sentences to another, how you make a connection from one paragraph to another, etc. And then the last part is scientific papers and presentation is basically gave you some kind of a direction on how you create scientific papers and presentations. Okay, but please be aware that these references is just 5 of many books that is available online or available in the web or available in the market. So please be aware that you could also use other books that will be beneficial for you in graduating from this class. Okay. 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 So this. Okay. So here in the EduNext, I also gave you many video lectures or many video materials that is coming out from outside, because for you to get exposure of especially for those who are native speakers, it will be beneficial for you to improve your pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation, because even though we have accents, even though we have specialties in terms of speak, okay, but we must make sure that our accent and our way of speaking is not going to hinder the communication, or will not hinder the ability for us to deliver the message of our scientific thought. Okay, so so giving you videos from native speakers is not for you to copy their accents, but what I want you from them is to learn how they, or how their gesture, or how their style of presentation, on how they able to catch the attention from the audience, etc. And so on. Okay, so usually in this lecture, okay, I will give you time. Okay, I will give you time to look upon for those videos. Okay, we have, okay, so the introductory videos that you could see here is How to Speak by Patrick Winston from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which gave you some kind of a example or ways on how you speak in terms of audience. Okay, so okay, okay, what is the time? Okay, we are at 10 to 8 at the moment, so I'll give you time to access this one. Okay, How to Speak by Patrick Winston. Okay. Okay, is there any question from the audience at the moment? Hello? Hello? I hope you're not sleeping at the moment. So please go to your EduNext and access the How to Speak by Patrick Winston, or you can go to YouTube, because I have this link from YouTube. You can go to YouTube and see the video of How to Speak by Patrick Winston. Okay, I will stop the screen right now at the moment, so that I could give you time to look for that video.